What is up, my beautiful people? Hope you're all having a wonderful day. Exile451 here again to make it better with some stories pulled right out of r/faith in humanity that I'm sure you're going to love. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you enjoy the video. Now sit back, relax, and let's rebuild some of your faith in humanity again. Faith restored in DC. Today at lunch, I was waiting for my food to be ready at a local food truck in DC. There was a lady who had just ordered her food, but clearly couldn't find her credit card and was going to have to pass. Without a moment's hesitation, the man in line behind her offered to pay for her meal in addition to his own. She looked so incredibly grateful, and as a bystander to the situation, it made me want to do the same for someone else. So now, I'm looking for ways to pay it forward. Kindness goes a long way. You never know what kind of day someone might be having, and a simple act like that can make all the difference. OP, you are absolutely right. Kindness goes so very far. We don't even know the full impact even the smallest act can have on other people, and it just snowballs from there. I hope you had a chance to pay it forward, and I'm so glad that you were inspired by this stranger's random act of kindness for someone he didn't even know. Thank you so much for sharing your story, and please update if you found some way to be able to pay that forward. Altruism is great, and it saved my back. I injured my back recently, and I assume part of my body's recovery caused the lower back muscles to go into spasms today. As I was walking, extremely slow and hunched over, to go and pick up my prescription painkillers and muscle relaxers, a kind lady offered to help me there. I politely declined her help, probably due to A, my stubborn nature, and B, some kind of egotism. As I persevered down the road, a car stopped beside me and offered me a lift to the pharmacy. The kind lady had rang her son to come and rescue me. The kind lady and her helpful son, Ben, saved me an arduous walk, and they even waited outside while I picked up my prescriptions and gave me a lift home. Thank you, Ben and Ben's mom, for your assistance. I shall pass on your good deed and endeavor to restore other people's faith in humanity. Well, OP, that is a wonderful story and a great example that there are people willing to go out of their way to just help a stranger who's struggling. I'm so glad that you've recognized the blessing that was to you in your life right then, and that you want to pass that on and try and emulate that example. Thank you so much for trying to better yourself because of their example, and for sharing the story. People helping me with a sprained ankle. So I work at a movie theater, and in that theater is a thing that's like a restaurant theater hybrid. I work as a food runner there. I went to go and get an icy a customer wanted, and because it was the rush, I had other stuff to do. I ran down the stairs and I trip and hear a loud crack right in the middle of the theater. At the time, I thought for sure I broke it because of the crack. I fall down the stairs and catch myself on the railing. Right away, people are asking me if I'm hurt and making sure I'm okay right in the beginning of the movie. Two men help escort me out of the theater because I was in a lot of pain. And they put me down on a couch right outside of the theater. When I fell down, it just so happens that I fell down right next to a nurse. So she stayed with me and helped me until the ambulance arrived to take me to the hospital. Seriously, to those who helped me with this, I cannot thank you enough. Well, it never ceases to amaze me the way that the kindness of strangers can just come into play at a moment's notice. We read so many stories about customers and people at events just completely ignoring people in pain or in need of help, and yet even at something as high demand as a movie, they still got up, missed out on part of it, and went out of their way to help you. It's these small things in life that help restore our faith in humanity, that help rebuild our faith in our fellow man, our fellow being, that we can all do better and that there are still good people out there. Thank you so much for sharing the story, and I hope you're doing better in your recovery. Once in a billion years. Once in a billion years, the stars align, and you get that lucky break. Today, I lost my $600 phone that I could not afford to replace. I was at an event taking photos, and it must have slipped out of my pocket while I was getting some ground shots. I just assumed that I'd left it in my mate's car. I have problems with memory and frequently forget things in cars. Also, I had a look around when I noticed my phone wasn't in my pocket and couldn't see it anywhere. Anyways, 2 hours later, we get back to the car. I realized my phone wasn't in the car, and panic starts to set in. We drive to a car park closer to where I was when I assume or I guess I had dropped my phone. As we pull into the parking bay, my mate slightly nudged the concrete slab that they put at the end of the parking bays, and this led to her noticing something under the windshield wiper. Lo and behold, there was my phone. Seems someone had A, seen the car me and my mate got out of, B, either seen me with the phone or seen the point of droppage of said phone, and C, happened to be the nicest person or persons in the world. I'd been using my phone in the car just before heading down to get photos, and I'd not used it at any point when getting out, so there was no chance I put it in there, and yet it found its way under the embrace of the windshield wiper. To the person or persons who returned my phone, thank you so much. You deserve all the good karma for the rest of your life. You prevented an event that would have ruined my mini holiday. OP, that is a wonderful story. A phone these days is more than just an expensive device. So much of our life is wrapped up in our phone. So much of our identity, of the things we enjoy, of our memories, is wrapped up in that one little device. And so losing something like that isn't just necessarily a monetary loss, but it's also a huge chunk of who you are. So for someone to be a decent enough person to return that to you says a lot about the caliber of their character. Thank you so much for sharing the story, and seriously, I hope you went out and bought a lottery ticket that day. Thank you all so much for watching today. We're almost up to that magical number of 100 subs, and I'm just super grateful for each and every one of you. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you enjoy the video. I'll see you all tomorrow. Until then, I'm Exile451. Stay beautiful, people.